Hey, what's up guys, it is Saintsfan, and welcome back to another episode of Monday Mailbox. This is a series where you guys ask me questions either about GTA or just gaming in general, and I give you guys my opinions. And if you want to leave a question for next week's episode, let me know in the comment section. Just put like Monday Mailbox above the question so I know that it is a question for the episode. Also, if you do enjoy this video, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss out on any other awesome GTA stuff that I do. So getting into the first question from Dilvike3, he says, apartments are pretty useless right now, but do you think one day they will add mini games to the apartments, and which mini games do you think they'll add? This is actually a pretty good question because apartments are kind of, boring to go into. One mini game that stands out is like a ping pong type of game. That would be pretty cool. Another one that we kind of talked about on the podcast or the Squadcast a little bit was like when the casino comes out and they add the card games, having like some card games in your apartment would be pretty cool. Like at the table or something. One thing that, it probably ain't gonna happen, but I like to dream here. So, one thing I thought would be pretty cool is if they had like arcade machines that you could put like in your apartment. Like how cool that'd be if you could like buy an arcade machine and you can play some like mini game on it. I don't know. They could come up with some little fun game that you can play, but that'd be pretty sweet. As for some other ones though, kind of similar to ping pong, 'cause I think that would be kind of, if they were to add mini games, I think that would be kind of the way that they would go. Those type of games, maybe like pool. I don't know how well that would work. Let me know in the comment section actually, what kind of mini games would you like to see in your apartments? But one thing that, if they did add mini games would be cool is that, one, it would give them more reason to make different like apartment layouts. And maybe it was a type of thing where like you had to pay money, like I just said with like the arcade machine. Like let's just say when you buy the apartment, there's like pretty much nothing in it. There's the basic, sofa, TV, whatever. But then you can purchase, say, for a couple $1,000s or I don't know, whatever the case may be, you can purchase a ping pong table or, like I said, an arcade machine or whatever, it would be, and it would like show up in your apartment. I think that would be pretty cool. Let me know in the comment section your thoughts on that, but that's definitely a pretty sweet thing that Rockstar could eventually add to the game. Kind of speaking of apartments, the next question from Timothy3187 says, do you think that we will get a third garage? This one has been a question a lot of people have asked me, and as much as I would love to see a third garage, there just becomes a point when it's like, how many is too much? Like, dude, like, don't get me wrong, I would love a third garage. I am, stressing out over which cars I should get rid of to just get another car, especially when more DLC comes out, it's going to be even harder to do. I mean, it would be good for Rockstar because obviously more cars, or at least 10 more car slots, that's a lot more money that people are going to be spending, which in return, that means they might buy some shark cards. But like I said, it just becomes a point, how much is too much, because you don't want to be the third garage and people are going to be like, oh, I want a fourth garage, and then so on and so forth. So there is a balance there. I would definitely love to see more garages. Maybe they could do something like in the garage itself, instead of having more buildings, like instead of buying another apartment, maybe if they were to add more garage spaces, like a second floor or something in your garage. I don't know. Either way, I would definitely love to see some more car spots, because you can't get enough of those, honestly. You can't. There's so many cars in the game, and there's just so many options and customizations that you can do to the cars. And I don't think many people would be mad if they did add a third garage or a third, apartment or whatever. But again, back to the point, how much is too much? That's what you gotta think about. Moving on to the next question from Easy Gaming Vids. He says, hey, do you think that GTA on Next Gen will have a larger map or some way that you could travel to Liberty City? P.S. Great videos. Thanks for that, man. But as for your question, and I actually have another question kinda similar, so we'll get to that in a second, but as for the Liberty City part, I'm gonna touch on that first. I'll be honest, GTA 5 is probably not gonna go to Liberty City. I know at the beginning, and we've kind of talked about it a little bit, they plan on, or Rockstar plans on adding to the game, or to online, having us travel to different places, but Liberty City's so far away from Los Santos that it kind of wouldn't make sense. I mean, yeah, you could go to the airport, fly over there. It'd be cool, don't get me wrong. I would love it. But would it make sense? Not really. Plus the fact that Liberty City was in GTA 4. So if they were to do that, I think it would be with a older, maybe a Vice City or whatever, other places that haven't been explored recently. Now, as for the question with the larger map, and this is what The next question from Crunchy says, do you think the Rockstar will ever add any new islands or map additions, and would you like it? I think they eventually are going to add on new islands, new land masses, but I don't think it's going to be like a Vice City or a Liberty City. What I actually saw the other day, and I'll probably leave a link in the description if you want to go check it out, but this guy made a really good point. In every GTA game until GTA 5, the map was kind of closed off until you completed certain story missions. In GTA 4, there was the 3 islands. You progressed, or as you progressed with the story, you unlocked the other islands. From the beginning, you didn't have access to the other 2 islands. Where in GTA 5, you had access from the beginning to everything on the map. Now, what Rockstar might do is for like the big DLCs that they come out with, they can add on different islands. And those different islands could be San Fierro, which obviously is San Francisco, which is close to Los Santos, geographically speaking. And then they could also add Las Venturas, which is Las Vegas. And again, that's close, or somewhat close to Los Santos, geographically speaking. And it would be on a much bigger scale than, GTA 4 and the previous GTAs, where just in the story mode itself, you unlock different parts. This one, you're unlocking different parts through DLCs. And whether they just make a bridge where you can connect to them, or, it's a flight or a boat or something, I don't know how that would work. I'm assuming it would have to be, or they would make it, there would be no like loading screen. So that's why I don't think getting in a helicopter or a plane and flying there, quote unquote, would work, because there's no loading screens. That's what GTA is known for. No loading screens. Everything's there. Everything's open for the most part. So if they did that, they would have to find a way or figure out a way to make them, be able to get to, which, I think they could obviously figure that out. But I think that, and I'll put a picture on the screen actually to show you guys kind of what it would look like. This is what the guy came up with. And it would actually be pretty cool because, especially with Las Venturas, they have a lot of desert. They could definitely include some sort of Area 51, maybe the Hangar 13 that they actually trademarked a while back. Maybe that comes into play, and they actually have something to do with aliens, and they continue that whole alien story mode with the Las Venturas map. There's a lot of possibilities. Now, the only issue with adding on different, things like that to story mode, at least, is, I'm not going to spoil it, but, a lot of you guys know at the very end, something happens, and that would kind of conflict. Maybe, like we kind of talked about in the podcast, they just go to, the middle of the game, and it just progresses from there. I don't know. But that is probably what they'll end up doing. They'll add in these 2 islands. It would make the most sense because they are all close to each other. And that would be really, really awesome. Let me know in the comment section how you feel if they were to add these different maps. I think this is I hope they actually do this, because just looking from this picture that this guy made, this looks awesome. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, if you did enjoy it, leave a like. Share this video with all your friends. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section all your thoughts, and if you have any questions for next week's episode, leave them down there. But as always, it's your boy Saintsfan. I'm out. Peace.